So first of all, I do not have any of my correct color makeup because it's the summertime and all of my makeup is too light. However, we're gonna make this work. All right, so I just wanted to come to y'all, as we are entering into the fall months. I just wanted to come to y'all and just, talk to y'all for a bit, do a little makeup before I go to my daughter's volleyball game. And just have a heart to heart. What's going on in your life right now? Like, what are y'all doing? What's going on? We're gonna try to do this in 10 minutes, y'all. But what's going on? Like, what is God speaking to you? What are you feeling in your heart? Because what I've learned about God, usually, at least for me, He usually has like some specific words to say as we are nearing the end of the year. So once we hit that mark where we're entering into the fall, I feel like the Lord kind of like gives us specific instructions, because it's kind of like He probably gave you some instructions at the beginning of the year, and it's like He's checking in to see if you remember the word He gave you, and then He's asking you, okay, have you done what I told you to do, right? That's kind of how I feel like the Lord is doing, like, at least in my life. He recently this year told me to leave my job, and he actually told me that as we were entering fall last year. Like, He gave me the word, you will leave your job March 2026. And you will know that you're supposed to leave your job. I will give you a sign, and that sign will be that your YouTube channel will start taking off. And at the time, I had less than 500 subscribers. And when March 2026 came, my subscriber count doubled. And I released a video the day before the beginning of March. So like February 28th, I released a video that gave me like over 30,000 views. Like, it was the only video that's ever done that on my channel. And it happened just as the Lord said it would happen. He told me to leave my job. I did not obey Him. I did not leave my job because that was my 1-year anniversary, and it was very hard for me to leave as the executive assistant to the CEO. However, I regretted that shortly, because on April the 6th, 2026, which was Easter Sunday, I ended up in the emergency room. And this was a few days after the Lord had told me that I would not be going back into my job. It's a long story, y'all. I'll tell y'all about it in another video. I actually have another video where I tell y'all about it. I'll link that video. But that made me think about, like, what is God telling you to do right now? Like, what does he have planned for you? What has He been kind of nudging you to do? Maybe you've been kind of trying to talk yourself out of it, but you kind of feel like He gave you a word. Maybe you don't feel like you understand how this word will make sense. I'll tell you about another thing that the Lord gave me around this time of the year. This was like in 2014. I was engaged to my fiance. I had just had our baby. And I had another child from a previous relationship who was around 6 years old or so. And we were engaged, set to get married. He had proposed to me in like February 14th. At this point, it was like October. And the Lord gave me a word to leave him, to pack up my bags, move me and my 2 children away back to my mom's house, who lived about 2 hours away, and just to leave. He gave me no further instructions. He didn't really tell me why. It was just leave. After I had prayed and fasted, asking God for clarity, because he and I just could not decide on things. Like, we were trying to get ready for the wedding, but we just couldn't decide anything. We were always arguing, cussing each other out, because at that time I was a cusser. I would cuss you out. And once upon a time, God has delivered me from that. He's delivered me so much that my husband doesn't even remember that I used to curse. That's how much he's delivered me. So yes, as you can see, we did eventually get married. But we were separated for 2 years, and I had no clue what the Lord was doing in my life. I didn't know why he was telling me to leave at the time. None of that. Now, all of these stories I've talked about extensively on Threads and on YouTube. More on Threads, I think. I'm a writer, so I have a lot of stories that I've put on Threads. I should probably have a Substack, to be honest. I'm going to look into that. But the Lord kind of usually tells you to, like, it's almost like he's saying, get your house in order around this time of year. Like, what have you done that's moving you more towards your purpose? You know, what have you obeyed the last thing I told you to obey? Have you done the last thing I've told you to do? And I can honestly say this year that I've been working, baby. I have been working. When I say he told me to start on this YouTube thing, leave my job, all that stuff, I've left my job. I've been working hard on this YouTube thing, hard on the strategy of this career system he has me building. I've been doing all of that stuff. And I can finally say this year that I'm moving into my purpose. But how much you want to bet that the Lord's still going to come to me and tell me that I got some more work to do? How much you want to bet? Because we're never at a place where, you know, God can stop telling us something about ourselves that we need to improve or get better at. There's always going to be something, we're dealing with, always going to be something we are just grappling with, trying to figure out. We're going to fall back into sin. We just always going to need Jesus. And we always need to be getting better. And so what is the Lord telling you to do? Like, what is he speaking to you about? What is he telling you that you need to work on? What is he telling you that you need to step into? You know, is he telling you to, like, leave your job like he told me without really telling you how it's going to work out? And you trying to figure out how it's going to work out before you leave. That's what I tried to do. And I ended up with the Lord violently pulling me out of there. But yeah, he is a God of strategy. We just gotta ask him to help us to see his strategy. And he will show us. He will give us strategy. We just have to be willing to kind of take our hands off of it a little bit and ask him. Because one mistake that I made was, you know, he told me to leave my job. And I started trying to figure out, okay, let me figure out what can I do? Let me figure out, like, what's the best thing for me to go into? Let me figure out what I should focus on. Let me figure out what's the best thing. You know, I started kind of thinking about the gifts that I had. You know, what can I do? I know how to do hair. As a matter of fact, I'm in the middle of doing my hair, y'all. I'm gonna throw a wig on top of this because I didn't even work on my hair today. I worked on it a couple of hours last night, but I did not work on it today because I was working on my business. But I was like, I can do hair. That's probably gonna make the most money because, I mean, everybody, they want their hair done. I don't like to do hair, but I can. It's a gift, so I should probably do it. I started thinking about, okay, maybe I should cook. I'm an amazing cook, amazing baker. I should probably go, like, get my license to do that. And it's like everything I was bringing up, the Lord was, like, pretty much shutting down and saying, that's not what I got for you to do. And the thing is, I can't go and do those things. But if it's not the purpose that God has for me, if I'm in the middle of doing all that, I am ignoring the purpose that God has for me, then what good is it? You know, what good is it even if it does do well, right? What good is it if I start doing hair and I make millions? And I'm still not stepping into what God has for me. Like, that's still not what I want. You know, spiritually, that's not what I want. Because even though it might bring me riches, what about the souls? Like, what about where God had me in his timeline, right? What about the people that I'm now not going to meet? The divine encounters that's now not going to happen because I'm not walking in alignment with God's calling on my life. So God had to specifically tell me what he wanted from me, because I'm one of those people with a lot of gifts, right? I can do a lot of things. I can go a lot of ways. And I think that's one of the issues with a lot of us, is that we have a lot of gifts. God has blessed us in a lot of ways. We can catch on to things really quickly. People look at us and say, oh, she's good at that, she's good at that, and she's good at that. And when I say good, I don't mean just, like kind of good. I mean, we are masters of things, right? Like literally. I've become a master at the things that I'm good at. And you have to stop and think, okay, though I am a master, I still need to listen to the master and figure out what he's calling me to do, because that's what's most important. So even though I'm sitting here good at all this stuff, Lord, what are you calling me to do? And lo and behold, the Lord is like, I had to stop and ask him that. And he was just like, I want you to do what you've been doing on the side all these years. That doesn't feel like a job. It doesn't feel like anything extra. You actually do it to help people out. That's what I want you to build a business on. And that was helping people get jobs. Working on resumes, helping people to find the job that they are going to go into, and all of that. I've been doing that for years, over a decade. I am the one who pretty much has gotten my husband all of his jobs with my resume skills. I mean, of course, he has to go in and he has to take care of, the interview and stuff. But I'm the one who gets eyes on him, right? I've been that person in the background. Other friends and family and friends of family, right, have come to me, have been referred to me, and I've done it on the side all these years without really taking it seriously. But people always tell me, people will pay you big money for this. You need to consider like really doing this legitimately. And that's what the Lord ended up telling me. This is what you need to go into, even though that's not what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking of going into this. And so, if you're a person like me who's just good at like a bunch of stuff, don't really know what to choose, then you already know the answer, sis. You need to choose whatever God is choosing for you. He knows what's best. He knows the plans he has for you, the perfect plans he has for you. There's nothing better than the plan of God for your life, because not only will you be at the most peaceful part of your life, but you will help people, because we all know that our calling is connected to other people. So that whatever calling God has for you is going to maximize the number of people that you're going to touch. So that's the main reason we want to do what God is telling us to do, because we want to touch people. We want to bring people closer to Christ, no matter what our field is in. And so that's kind of my pitch, I guess. That and yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing with my makeup. I just want it to look kind of natural. But yeah, that's my that's what I want to say to you. Like, God has a specific calling and purpose on your life. And in order for you to find out which one of your many gifts that the Lord has for you to do in this life, you're going to have to ask him. And I say ask him because I think a lot of times we tend to not ask God important questions because it seems like such a matter of fact question that we're just like, why would I ask God that? Like, I already know what I want to do. I already know like what I'm good at. I already know what people will pay me for. But I would caution you to just stop a minute, like really literally stop a minute and really go to God and say, Lord, literally, what are you calling me to do? Like, like seriously, what are you calling me to do, Lord? Where are you calling me to move? Because I don't want to do things without you. And so ask the Lord those questions so to make sure that you are moving in the right direction. Again, y'all, the way I do my makeup is probably not how a makeup guru does it, but it works for me. And again, I don't have my right color, so we gonna wing this because I literally do not have my right color. Like, all the colors that I have right now are like my summertime colors. I have summertime and winter colors, but because I haven't really done my makeup too much this summer, I just didn't buy summer makeup. So this is still my winter makeup. So we're gonna try to blend this in. And I'm using what I'm not supposed to be using. Blend that in like that. But yeah, so if you are like me and God has told you to leave your job, to find another job, or to leave the 9-to-5 entirely, I want you to go follow me on YouTube, because I think God is taking us somewhere, girl. Follow me on YouTube. God is taking us somewhere. He has plans for us. If he told you to leave your 9-to-5 and like not go back to 9-to-5 that you know of at the moment, I know the struggle, boo. I know the struggle. And if you're a go-getter like me, like somebody who's like me, I'm the not only child. I'm the oldest child, oldest of 7, and I have 4 kids. With one of those kids, I was a single mom to her for like 6 years before getting married. Really, it was like 8 years before getting married. When you come from a background like that, you're typically a go-getter. Like, you're just one of those people who just want to, get it done. Like, you don't need nobody. You don't need no man. You don't need, like, you got this. like my husband can either help me or he don't have to help me. Like, because I'm going to get it done. Like, if I ask him for help and he don't want to help me, I'm not going to cry about it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it. Now, the Lord has been dealing with me on that, like really dealing with me on that, because the Lord had to stop me just a few weeks and say, you don't just do that to your husband, right? You don't just do that to your husband, and you don't just do that to your kids, and you don't just do that to your family and friends. Like this, like the way I go and I just say, I got it, I don't need your help, I can do this on my own. The Lord had to stop me and check me, and he had to say, look, not only do you do that to them, but you're also doing that to me. You're also telling me you don't need me for a lot of things. Like, you say, I got it, when I'm trying to help you. And he had to stop me and say, I need you to open your hands up and drop what you're holding, because your hands are so full that I can't give you the help that I want to give you. You over here crying for help, but I can't even help you because you holding on to control so much that I can't even get to you. Like, I can't even give you the help that I want to give you. And so the Lord has been teaching me that what has been a kind of survival technique for me, where I just, never really wanted to rely on anybody, because people will let you down. And because it has been such a survival technique for me over the years, it's been hard to let that go. And the Lord had to tell me that, look, it's so deeply ingrained in you that you even do it with me and you don't even know it. Like, even with me, even when the Lord tells me to do something, in my back of my mind, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to do in case the Lord don't come through for me? Lord is telling me to leave my job. Okay, he told me to leave my job. He told me he's going to give me divine strategy. He told me that this particular thing is going to work out. But hold on, what if it doesn't work out? I need to have a backup because I'm the type of person who always has a backup, and I need to be ready. Because if what the Lord told me don't work out, I need to be ready with something else. And he has been teaching me over these past few months since I left my job to calm down, to rest in his peace, to stop striving, and to trust that things will move in his perfect timing. And I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, that has been probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. Honestly, it has been the hardest thing. Getting used to that, like I'm slowly getting used to that. Trying to get out of anxiousness, right? Of, oh my gosh, I don't have every duck in a row. Oh my gosh, what if this doesn't work? Oh my gosh, these bills are due. They're going to go to collections. I've never just not paid my bills. What do I do? And the Lord is sitting there like, I got this, Deandra. I got this, Deandra. I got this, Deandra. I got this. Like, stop striving. Stop striving. Stop worrying. Stop worrying. Finally, let somebody take care of you. And that's hard. Because I've even been one of those people who never wanted to be like a stay-at-home mom type of girl. Because I never wanted to rely on a man. Not only do I just believe that in my heart that you don't rely on a man, right? But also, like, pretty much my grandmother taught me that. Like, she was like, get your own money, make your own money, make your own, that's what I heard from women in my life. Get your own. Get your own. And that's a good way to live, right? The problem is that I've let that extend to God. Like, even when God tells me to rely on him, I'm still thinking, I can't rely on no man. And who is God? God is a man. But the difference is that God is a man that doesn't lie. And when God tells you something, you got to learn to trust him. If you're going to trust any man, it's going to be God. Which he's not a man, of course. But, you know my point. You get my point. And so that's been a learning curve for me. Like, genuinely a learning curve. Genuinely trying to... How does this look, y'all? This look okay. Because like I said, none of my colors right. I'm trying to like blend in dark colors to try to get the light out. It's not. I feel like something in my eye. And put. So I gotta get ready to go. It's just more than 10 minutes, but and my lips look horrible, y'all. I don't have any lotion on my hands. My hands look a little dry because I just washed them, but we gonna be cool. I don't even have any lip liner or anything. I'm gonna have to bootleg my lip liner. I ain't got nothing, y'all, because I ain't been wearing makeup lately. And so my makeup is just non-existent at the moment. Like literally non-existent. I'm actually using eyeshadow for this, and I used eyeshadow for my eyebrows. That's good enough. But yeah. If you need help with a job, I have my full system, step by step of you getting your job, boo. Like, everything from what is God calling you to do, going into the prayer closet and the word room to figure out where God is leading you, down through resume templates and knowing how to structure a resume and build a resume up for every specific job, because you know you need a resume, a specific resume for each job, right? You don't just use the same resume for every job, right? We know that, right? If you don't know that, I'm telling you now, you never use the same resume for every job. You want to tailor your resume for each specific job. Yes, it's a lot of work, but it's the work that's going to pay off, because the more interviews you can get, the better. And then, of course, I go through who to reach out to. It looks really light on here, but it's really not that light in real life. My makeup does not look the same on here as it does in this mirror over here. But anyway, we'll look at it when it's done. I'll take a picture or something. But anyway, yeah, so it goes through actually, you know, reaching out to the person that you need to reach out to. And then after that, when you get the interview, what do you do then? Like, it goes through like interview questions and sample answers and what to do when you enter the room and what's worked for me in the past. And it also offers a prophetic dream the Lord gave me. It offers AI prompts, you know, for you. It offers, of course, cover letters to go with the resumes. And I think it's basically put into a little package, what I do when I'm looking for a job. Just put into a nice package. And step by step, what to do. I feel like it's a very good way to get a job. Really good pointers. And of course, again, those resume templates are in there. And all of that for $97. Now, if you want me to actually do your resume for you, which is what most people want, then that's going to be $347. But it also comes with that whole kit. And that whole kit that I've been talking about is called the Scent House. The Scent House. And it's just a career system that I built basically from what I do for myself and what I kind of use for others. Blend that out. Okay. So yeah, that's $347. And then I have another tier. It's for the people who want a little more hands-on help.
Oh, now I see why that song is called Stress. My hands are leathery, so I think felt it.
Okay, I'm doing something right now. Go, get ready to go. We're about to go.
I am ready.
Okay, close the door. I'm almost done. Okay, so for the people who want more hands-on help, I have the $697 option, which is basically for people who just want extra help. You don't want to even send me a resume. You want me to do everything from scratch. You want me to just basically help you with a bunch of stuff, and do it myself. I can do that for you, boo, but I don't want to. But I will if you pay me. So for $697, I can work with you where it comes with like a phone call and I get all your information. Well, it starts off with a questionnaire where I get some of the information, and then a phone call where I get even more information. You get to talk to me for about an hour, and we're able to build from there. This is actually what I'm doing for my mom right now. We're going to move into me building up everything for her from scratch. And I'm going to do it for my mama for free, of course. But if you are someone like my mama who's just like, I don't want to work on a resume, I just want you to do everything for me, it's going to cost you. It don't cost my mama, but it's going to cost you. But if you are a DIY person, you know, I have that option available for you that includes everything. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me. Like, if you get the product and you're just like, I got a question, D. I got a question, Deandra. What's up with this? Like, how do I move on this? And I'll answer it. One thing that I'm getting ready to do, though, I'm getting ready to to start building some actual series, though. Not some actual series. A actual series where I just go through the entire thing. So that when you run into a question, you'll see me actually walking through it step by step. I gotta get that done, though. That's in the process. I am currently creating a merch store for my disruptive brides. I am a disruptive bride of Christ, and so I will be putting out more and more merch. I'll link my merch store below. I'm gonna have to order some of the merch myself, to be honest, y'all, to make sure y'all getting good quality items. Because if it's not good quality, I'm gonna shut it down. But I heard that this was more of a good quality website. We'll see. Because I don't want you just buying stuff and then it's like of no use to you in a couple of months because it's horrible quality. I think that's okay. Don't have to be perfect, right? Right. All right. My mama gave me this hair thing right here. She gave me this for when as I'm doing my hair, because I told y'all I'm braid my hair. As y'all can see, I only got a little bit done doing some box braids. Now my mama gave me this for me to use as it's like virgin hair. That's the boho part. It's supposed to last longer. The only thing is it's black, and I'm kind of thinking, do I need to dye it to make it match better, or should I just use black, or should I just not use anything? And my mama she just gave me the whole thing and told me to use what I want to use, and you know, I just keep the rest for when she wants her hair done again. But it came with some lashes, so I'm just gonna use these lashes because I can't find none of my lashes. I think I must have used them all. It's time for me to go though. But I'm gonna put the lashes on, y'all, and then I'm going to take a picture and let y'all see the end result. Now these lashes, now they know these lashes way too long. I don't even want to use none of them. I'm trying to think of which one is the one that's not very long, because I don't do no long lashes, y'all. I'm just being honest here. I don't want no long lashes. My eyes small. Y'all see my eyes small. Gosh, maybe these will work. You can see them. Alright, I'm gonna come back and show y'all the end result so I can get on out of here. I love y'all so much. And I'm also put a wig on, so y'all gonna see me with my wig on in a minute. Okay? So next time, I love y'all so much. Peace. Bye.